All right, and so we are on to our next game, which is a Bus Snakes Prelude. And this is actually the prelude to a game called A Bus Snakes that is due to come out May 23rd, 23rd or 25th of this year. So, this is like a survival type game. So we're gonna check this out for the last 30 minutes of stream. Above Snakes is a work of fiction designed to evoke the feeling of being part of an alternate Wild West. In this hypothetical setting, the deceptions are not intended to represent any specific culture, geography, or time period. Above Snakes uses flashing lights, screen shake, and smooth camera movement. Please visit the game settings before playing to have best possible experience. So we're going to turn off the flashing lights. Thank you for that. And we are going to turn off the screen shake as well. So let's go to options. We're going to turn off the flashing effect for the storms. Let's see. We are going to turn off screen shake. And we will do the rest as needed. Okay. So again, this is the prelude of A Bus Snakes. Progress and features are limited. Your save game is compatible with the main game. So if you do download A Bus Snakes Prelude, it will carry over to your main game when the game comes out on, again, I believe it's May 23rd or the 25th. So we're going to start a new journey. You can dodge enemy attacks by performing the dodge rule. There it is. Now it's working. So if you click on that link there, that will give you the link to Above Snakes as well. Mm. Oh, it's waiting on me. I was like sitting here just waiting, but it was waiting on me. Corpse Creek, 1883, a small town in the west of this beautiful country. It was a peaceful evening, but suddenly the darkness of the midnight sky was interrupted by a brilliant green light. The anomaly was followed by a flurry of stones aflame that fell upon the ground. Folks stormed from their homes, dazed by the sky illuminated up above. It didn't take long for the first of the meteors to reach the earth with a massive bang. Those who survived took their loved ones to the graveyard of Corpse Creek. As the bodies lay freshly buried, and the local preacher, Noah, gave his last blessing, the ground rumbled. Oh no, it's zombies! A hand burst out of the graves, reaching towards the sky. While folks were quick to pull their firearms free, they were unable to fight the loved ones they only just buried. But they would soon discover that those that had arisen were no longer human. You, Ayana, have been traveling these lands for a while now. During this night, you were staying for a night at a small lumberjack settlement called Hunter's Rest. The next morning, you wake up. Oh, so this uses controller and keyboard and mouse. For the sake of my playthrough, I will be using keyboard and mouse. Or not. Okay. Ayana, are you awake? Yeah, I'm up. Oh, maybe grab my bag. Grab my backpack, maybe? And then we can leave out your backpack. To open your backpack, you can access your backpack at any time. You can manage your inventory, craft items, and access the cooking menu. Note that some items require a special crafting station nearby to be craftable. So you're going to hit tab to open your backpack. Okay. Open door. Q to rotate the camera to the left, and E to rotate the camera to the right. Sometimes things can be hard to see from a certain angle. You can zoom and rotate the camera with the right analog stick or your keyboard and the scroll wheel. Okay. So again, Q and E. Oh my, oh my. What are we to do? The horror that came over us. Ask if she is okay. Ask her how you can help. I'm gonna ask if she's okay. I know, but first things first. Are you okay? I'm not hurt, so I guess I'm okay. It's just her voice cracks. My house, my beautiful house, is in shambles. And the whole town. Oh, look at me, bawling my eyes out about my house while all those people lost their lives. This whole thing is such a mess. Ask her how you can help. Is there anything I can do to help? Wipes the tears from her eyes. Actually, yes. The whole town is in ruins, so we can use all the help we can get. We will need logs to rebuild, even though we have the sawmill over there. I doubt whether we have enough logs to rebuild these houses. Ask her what she saw last night. Ask her if they have an axe. Ask her where she's from. Ask her if she has an axe. To get you some logs, I need to chop some trees from an axe. Do you have an axe I can borrow? I've been searching for my axe, but I can't find it among these ruins. Perhaps you can make yourself a strong axe. There's plenty of materials around here to craft one. It looks like these people need my help. Joanne said I need an axe to help chop down some trees. Let's see what's around here to craft an axe. Grab sticks from pine trees up in your backpack. Craft beautiful. On it. So you actually have to hold down. So that's one of the things we can change in options. If you go to customization, I think no controls. Nope. Gameplay. Nope. Customization, controls. Page 2. Nope. Gameplay. You could turn hold to interact off, which is what we're going to do. So that I don't have to hold it down, so. Okay. So we got, so now I should be able to craft an X. I need 3 twigs. Okay. So we need to find another pine tree. This, would they count this as a pine tree? Yes, they do. And we'll just pick it until it says we can't pick anymore. Okay. Now let's craft the axe. And it looks like you can either hit the F key or hit the mouse button. So, okay. With this axe, I can take down trees to get lumber. Equip your axe, chop a tree, gather some lumber. Okay. It looks like we have our axe equipped. And we are going to chop the tree. Somehow we also managed to get stone. Rocks are another useful resource for building. I can make a pickaxe and smash some rocks around here. Okay. So do that. Okay. So now 2 is going to be our pickaxe. All right. Time to get started, wouldn't you say? The sawmill was set up to saw lumber. Plus, it's unusable in its current state anyway. So we'll have to build a log cabin instead of a plank one. But first, oh my, how can I forget? Before we can build a new house, we need to take down the old one. My mind really is a mush these days. If you craft a hammer, you can use it to tear down my old ruined house for. Blah, blah, blah. If you craft a hammond, what's a hammond? If you craft a hammer, you can use it to tear down my old ruined house to free up some space. And later, you can adjust the house if you need to. That happened. If I craft a hammer, I can adjust my buildings and tear down Joanne's old house. Okay. Get plant fibers, craft a hammer, take down the house. Got it. Hmm. Oh, I know where I'm gonna. Can we, like, no? Can't. I thought it would be here, but it doesn't look like it. I really thought the plant fibers would be in here. Maybe use an axe? Because I'm just going to assume, yeah, I was going to say plant fibers would be in the bushes. That's usually where you get plant fiber from. And we need twig. Okay, we should be able to make it now. So now we can do a workbench. Okay. Adjusting structures with the hammer. Use the hammer to alter pre-existing buildings or ones you built yourself. Okay. But now we're going to tear down her building. So when you do a takedown, you have to hold it now. Okay. To start building, I need to make a workbench. The plants around here should get me the plant fibers I need. Yeah. One. Right? Oh, now we got it. Now, what do I need to make the workbench? 3 lumber, so I gotta cut down a tree. We'll cut this tree down. And as you can see in the corner down here, this is a survival game, so you do. Right now, we're kind of like in the tutorial stages of this. But, you know, with most survival games, you do have to watch for your hunger, your sleepiness, your sanity. This one should be like thirst, yeah. Thirst, hunger, sanity, and fatigue. So, craft a workbench. Okay. We're going to put our workbench right here. The workbench. F to interact with the workbench. With your workbench, you can craft building parts to create shelter, crafting stations to refine your resources, and both useful and decorative furniture. Upgrading a workbench enables additional crafting recipes but requires certain materials. Okay. I cleaned up the mess that the meteors created. Time to build a new home for Joanne. There's more lumber at the old sawmill. Craft at least 4 foundations at the workbench. Build a new home with walls and a roof. Okay. Okay, I'm assuming this is the sawmill over here. Oh, see, now we're getting sleepy. Let's not do that. Pick that up. And then it'll probably like... Might as well grab all of the lumber. Okay. So we will build Joanne a house. And what's going to happen probably with this particular game, because I'm just kind of showcasing it and my time's almost up. So what I will probably do is do an actual video for this on YouTube as well. So you can find part 2 of that on YouTube. I'm looking for foundation and I needed 4, right? I need 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Okay, so now shelters and perks. The better a shelter is constructed, the more shelter it provides, right? The more shelter it provides, the more perks it will unlock that give bonuses. Okay. And then I gotta add walls and a roof. Wait, how many walls do I need? There's a window and a door. I gotta look at it again. So I would put like a door here, a window there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I need 6 walls, a door, and a window at least. Nope. Go to workbench. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now we're going to run into a problem. Because in order to build the door, I need lumber and twig. And I don't know if I can get more lumber. I wonder if I can cut these big logs over here and it give me lumber. Let's see. No. Okay. And they want me to build one with a roof. So there has to be a way. Maybe we can craft it. Sawmill. No. No. Okay. So it doesn't look like there's a way to get lumber, because I think if we cut down the trees, I don't think it gives us lumber though. Let me see. We're gonna grab some twigs from one of these trees and then I'm gonna cut down the tree to see if it gives us lumber. Nothing found on that tree. Okay. Well, then I should be able to cut you down since you have nothing for me. Does this give us lumber? It does. Okay. Lumber, but we need a twig and something else. Right? And then I need enough to actually build a roof. Which that's the roof, but we need a door. So 1, and then I need... There's a flat roof, but if I want a log roof, it takes about the same, so... let's go... And then we're gonna cut this tree down. Okay. Got all that lumber. Okay. Oh, it looks like the trees grow back up too. That's cool. Let's do a door, right? And then I can do one, two, right? I need plant fibers. There we go. Here's plant fibers over here. Hopefully this gives me enough so I can do two flats. And we're going to try to put it to where the roofs are in the front. So we're just going to build the house. And like I said, once we're done with this, we'll wrap up stream. It looks like the resources do grow back. So that's pretty cool. Now this is the prelude to the game. So I don't know if it will always grow the resources back. Or if the game's going to have it to where you can set up like, well, I want more of this resource, I want more of that, things like that, like in most survival games. All right, let's build this house. So I want to put my door here, put my window here. Okay. I counted, and we needed 6 of these. Okay. I want to rotate. There we go. We have built Joanne a house. It is the prettiest house ever. Wow, look at that home. Great work, Ayana. There's something else that requires our immediate attention, though. I just realized that person laying over there is still breathing. He inhaled the smoke of the meteors last night and fainted. Later, some debris seemed to have wounded him. When I found him this morning, I checked on him and was certain that he was not breathing anymore. He's a zombie. But maybe there's still hope for him. Do you know what to do? I have never needed to provide medical care to anyone. Bandages should help stop the bleeding. Maybe there's still some left in the clutter in the old sawmill. Find a bandage and heal the wounded person. Okay. But we are going to stop it there. And oh look, because you can carry this over to the full game. I'm definitely going to play more of this, but I'm going to do this as a video for YouTube. So there will be a part 2 to this. But again, that is a Bus Snakes pre